Hello all, welcome back to the Java course. In the previous session, we saw how we can use our custom class as a data member in another class. Also, we observed that some of the data members we were unable to access. So, we will understand in deep in this session as how access modifiers allow Java to restrict or provide security with respect to each data members or methods that are being used across the project. So in Java, there are four types of access modifiers that are available. Those are namely public, private, default, and protected. Now each of these access modifiers behave differently with respect to different classes in the project. So these are some of the use cases where there can be a difference in accessibility because of these access modifiers. So the scenarios are, how does it work when we are trying to access data members or methods within the same class? That is our first criteria. So the second scenario here is, if you are trying to access the data members or methods from a subclass within the same package. That is, if there is a class which is inheriting from a parent class, we should be able to understand whatever data members and methods present inside the parent class, how we can access them in the child class or the subclass. That is the second scenario. Now the third scenario is, there will be a situation where you will have to extend the parent class in one package into another class in another package. So that is called a subclass in different package. Now next, the fourth category is about, there may be classes which will use your class as a data member, right? The one we have seen in the previous session, not by inheriting, okay? So those are called non-subclasses. So how will this non-subclass have access, or what kind of access it has on the data members and the methods on the class which it is using as a data member? Now this is within the same package. So the last scenario is basically about a class in another package which is using another class from another package as a data member. So we will see how a non-subclass from another package can access the data members and methods from the different class. Okay. So these are the 5 different scenarios which we will be explaining in detail. So before we get into the individual scenarios, there are some 2 universal rules. Okay. First one, if you declare any data member or any method with a public access modifier, it can be accessed anywhere and everywhere. Okay. Now the next is, when you declare any data member or a method as a private, it is only accessible in within the same class. It cannot be accessed anywhere else. Okay. So the major difference is in default and protected, which we will be seeing in different scenarios. Now I am also taking an example here so that it will be more easy to correlate. Okay. So if you consider here, I am taking management and people as 2 packages. Now we will discuss those 5 scenarios with the classes that we are trying to create as part of our project. The first scenario is basically about student.java. We will have multiple data members or maybe methods with different access modifiers, and then see whether we are able to access it from the same class or not. Okay. And then the next scenario is basically about a subclass within the same package. So here what we are taking is something like person.java is our parent class and student.java which is a subclass, right? Because student class is extending person and both are in the same package. So that is the scenario of second, and we will see how we can access data members and methods of person in the student.java class. Okay. And the next scenario is basically about award winner. So this class is not yet created as part of our session so far. I'll be creating it, but for us to understand, I'm showing this here. Okay. So award winner.java is basically a subclass of student.java, because award winner.java is extending student.java and also present in different package, which is management. Now we will be seeing if we are able to access different data members or methods present in student.java in our award winner.java. Okay, that is third scenario. The next scenario is about basically non-subclass. What do you mean by non-subclass? If you are using any class as a data member in another class, so then this class will become a non-subclass. So for example, I'm having here alumni.java. In alumni.java, I might have multiple number of students. So that is why I am using student as a data member in alumni, and also alumni is present in the same package. So that is the fourth scenario. And the final scenario is basically college.java. So even in college, I will have multiple students or staff members or any other things, right? So it is also using the student as a data member, but college is present in different package. So college is a non-subclass in different package. So in these 5 scenarios, we will see how it behaves. Okay. Now let's jump into the Eclipse and then see them in practical. So first we will look at the first scenario, which is student.java and within the same class. So this is our student.java class. Now I have been telling that we will be using access modifiers like public, private, protected and default. So where do we write these keywords? So if you see here, one of the method has public as the access modifier. Here we see as public void give exam. So whenever we give an access modifier as public, that means it can be accessed from anywhere, be it be another class or maybe another package. So this is how you give an access modifier to a method. Similarly, we can give for data members also. So what I will do now is I will focus more on the data members. I will create 4 types of data members with different access modifiers. So before we go ahead, when we try to define a particular data member as default, there is no keyword that you have to specify as a access modifier. If we are not providing any access modifier, it is default. Okay, it is considered as default category of access modifier. So if you see here, there are 2 variables here, which is current grade and classroom name. So these 2 have the access modifier as default. Now I will create 2 more variables and then we will make these as 4 different accesses. So now we have 4 different data members with 4 different access modifiers. So I am giving current grade as protected, classroom name as default, contact number as public because I want everybody to know my contact number. I mean, this is all about how your business securities that you want to implement. You can have specific set of access modifiers specified. And then there is a Aadhaar number which I don't want anybody else to access, but I want to have it as part of my student class. Okay. Now we will see if we are able to access these 4 data members within the same class. That is our first scenario. Okay. So how can you test if you basically access a particular thing or not? It is very simple. You have to just use the object and then say dot, and then you will see the list of all data members and methods that you can access, right? So I am saying contact number. Okay, I am able to access contact number. So I am able to access the Aadhaar number within the same class. So other 2 are current grade and classroom. Let's see. So I will try to add these 4 things into my toString method to see if we are able to print also. So how do you go into method? You have to just press Ctrl and click on the method. So I have given all the 4 new parameters that we have added, and then we will see if it is working fine or not. So what you have to do? You have to just run this program and see if we are getting the data or not. Okay. So if you see here, we are able to access all the data members, whether it is protected or private or public or a default. Now let us look at the next scenario. Okay, what is this scenario now? If there are some data members in person.java and student is the subclass, that is student is extending the person.java, we have to see if we are able to access all the types of access modifiers based data members in the student.java. Okay, so let's now modify person.java to have these 4 different types of data members and then see if we are able to access from the student.java or not. Okay. So this is our person.java class, which is our parent class, and then student.java is our subclass in the same package. So these are the 3 data members that we have modified. with different access modifiers, 3 modifiers. We will look at the fourth one after some time. Okay. So now if you see here, after I change these 3 into different access modifiers, I don't see any compilation errors, which means from student.java we are able to access these 3 data members even though those 3 are different types of access modifiers. If we go back to the slide, we will see a little bit more details. If you see here, everything can be accessed by the subclass except for the private. So that is why we were able to access all the 3 data members even though if they are public, protected and default. Now we will change one of them to private and then see if we are able to access in the student.java or not. For example, I want to make age as private. The moment I save, you can see that there is a compilation error coming on the student.java. If you see here, it says age and the error is change the visibility of age to protected at least so that you can access in your subclass. So these are the 2 scenarios we saw. So now let's look at the third scenario. Before that, I am correcting this person.java so that there is no compilation errors. Okay, so this is our third scenario. So for this, we need a new class called award winner, and then this is in a different package than the student.java, and then we will extend award winner as a subclass of student.java, and then we will see how it behaves with different data members. So we already have 4 types of data members with different access modifiers in student.java. Now we will create an award winner class and then see which all we can access. So as per this matrix, it says that you can access both public and protected and you cannot access private and default. Okay, let's go and understand it practically. I am first creating a class. So this award winner I am creating in the management package. If this has to be a subclass of student from a different package, I need to first extend student.java. So I am saying but if you see here, it says it cannot understand student. That is because student is present in different package and you cannot access directly. You have to import the class. So what do we do for importing? We use a statement import. Okay. So now I have imported the entire package of people. Any class in that particular package can be accessed here now. So here if you see, there is student.java has been extended into award winner. So what are the different things that you want to have in award winner? Something like what is the award name, on which year the award is given, right? Those kind of things can be provided as data members for this particular class. And as this has been extended to student.java, it will be having access to the student related attributes. But there is a limitation here that only public and protected data members can only be accessed. Though the student class has been extended, I am unable to call the constructor with a parameter. If you have gone through the videos earlier or the sessions earlier, you would have seen that there is a condition when you are extending a class, you should also extend the constructors. Only then you will be able to use those constructors. And also you need not write the entire code here, you have to just call the super. Okay, good. Now we are able to extend a student class of different package into our award winner. Now we have to see if we can access the variables. So what are the 4 variables of the student? Current grade, classroom name, contact number and Aadhaar number. Let me just copy so that it's little easier for me to write the code here. I am putting inside comments. Now let us see if we can access these data members using the object. So if you see here, I can access contact number and current grade. See, contact number is public, so I can access. current grade is protected, so I can access, but the default is classroom name and private is Aadhaar number. So we do not see those things here, which means you cannot access those things. Okay. So now we have practically seen that if there is a subclass in a different package, you will be only able to access the public and protected data members of the parent class. Now the fourth scenario. So this is about non-subclass, which means it is not extending your parent class, but it will be using your class as a data member in that class. Now again, this can be done in both same package or other package, different package. So this one is basically in the same package. Okay, so we have to create a class here called alumni, which will be using student as a data member. So alumni becomes a non-subclass, and then you are trying to access the data members of student.java in the alumni. Let's see. If you see here, it says you can access every kind of a data member except for the private. This is because you are in the same package and you are using it. Okay. So let me create a class alumni in the same package people. So here we are using student as a data member and we are not extending the student.java. So this is called using class as a data member in another class. Ideally, in an alumni, you will have huge number of students. Okay. For that, you will may have to use different kinds of maybe collections or maybe array kind of things, which we will be discussing in next sessions. Okay. So for now, I'll be only using a single student and then see if what kind of data variables we are able to access inside the non-subclass. So as per the slide before, we should be able to access all kinds of data members except for the private. I will copy these things again so that I need not jump between the classes. So here I am creating an object of alumni. We can add some more functionality here, like whenever I am creating an alumni, I can create an object for student also. So that kind of initial setup, or the steps that you want to do when you are creating some object, can be done in the constructor. That is the whole purpose of a constructor. So what did I do here? Whenever I am creating an object for alumni, it will also create an object for student. That is what we have done in the constructor. Now that the object is been created for student also, let's see if we can access the data members of student in the alumni. Okay, so if you see here, I can access classroom name, which is default, contact number, which is public, and then current grade, which is protected, but I cannot see Aadhaar number anywhere. So which means that we can access all data members except for the data member which has the access modifier as private. So if I try to access Aadhaar number, it will throw a compilation error. So now we are done with the fourth scenario. We will look at the final scenario, which is about non-subclass, that is a class which will use data member of another class but is also in a different package. As per this scenario here, it says you can only access the public variables. You cannot access anything else like the default or private or protected. So let's go and see in the Eclipse. So I'm going to the college. I will also copy these to see if I can access them, just to understand what are the variable names. Okay, these are the 4 data members. Let's see if we can access those things. Okay, if you see here, I only have contact number. I cannot access anything else because contact number is public and rest all are of different data members, which is not allowed in Java to access if it is a non-subclass of a different package. So if I try to access, it will throw in compilation error. Okay. So this is how the Java behaves with different kinds of access modifiers, and then it allows to bring in some level of security as what to be able to access and what not to be able to access. and this is also purely applicable to the methods that you define inside a class, not just the data members. So you can try to understand in that area also. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful for you, and you could understand the concept of the security that has been given by Java with different sets of access modifiers. Okay, as usual, I would request you to hit the subscribe button and then hit on that bell icon so that you will not miss the any new videos coming up. Okay, in the next session we will look at how Java internally allocates memory with respect to regular data members and also static data members. Okay, thank you so much.